Alrighty, it should be working here. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Awesome, and we are live. All right. So should be able to hear me. All right, we are good. We are live, and awesome. Thank you, Shah, for letting me know that. So, hello friends, I am pretty much heading out shortly. I just wanted to do a quick little live stream to kind of go over the current market setup, because I know last night I did a market update and pretty much all of those trades worked out other than Doge, which hasn't yet hit the zone that we're really caring for. Ethereum wick high broke, Bitcoin wick high broke. They were both very good trade setups, and of course the market right now is looking for that 100K retest, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering. What exactly is happening? What are we expecting? Can we look at this? Can we look at that? So I just want to quickly go over the current market structure, talk about, what we're expecting, at least for the week, so everyone is on the same page now. You can see the fact that last night we were trading in between our exponential moving averages. Of course, we did have Powell's speech today. We did see quite a bit of bullish momentum on that, right? So we can see that we did see quite a nice breakout opportunity. But looking at Bitcoin, you can see that we are right now trading above the 98.7 midterm resistance. Now, 100K is right there, right? We have to understand what momentum trading is. I have talked about this a lot of times before. Momentum trading is you don't necessarily want to counter trade a volume candle mostly close to all-time high again. And the reason for that is because if the candlestick, of course, does end up pushing into 100,000 and you are looking for shorting opportunities, you end up getting absolutely destroyed if we see a larger squeeze opportunity. Now, there are some that, of course, front run the candlestick ahead of time, but that is a very different type of style of trading. Instead, what you can either do is, of course, if you missed a scalp long opportunity, or of course you are in a scalp long opportunity, you are simply scalping into the wick high, which of course is pretty much where the move set started, which is right around the 100K mark. If, of course, 100K does end up breaking. So the question becomes, is everyone's psychological level at 100,000? If that level structure ends up breaking, most likely we won't stop at 100. We most likely will just continue pushing towards the upside into the 101, 102, 103 region, and then possibly a smaller correction. But again, right now things have changed, and this is the fun part of trading with news, right? When you are trading with news and you start seeing bullish news come into the market, it's very hard to decipher what's noise and what's actually technical analysis. So right now, looking at technical analysis, just specifically, we're trading at 99,000. We've already broken above the wick high. Now, again, so 100,000 is a main psychological level. We are expecting, if we break above this wick high, obviously right there, 99.6, we are expecting the 100K retest. Most likely we will have a momentum play here. If the market ends up rejecting, right? So if we see a fake out situation, something like this, we have to keep in mind as well. But right now we have very strong bullish pressure coming overall for Bitcoin. Now look at Ethereum, guys. This trade setup was massive. This was a massive trade setup, which I gave to you guys in Telegram last night. And I said, look, Ethereum right now is completing its V-shaped formation, but the only time I would look for a long position is if we break above this wick here at 3760. The next area would be at 3780, and any break above that we head into the $3,800 region. If you guys don't believe me, go ahead and watch that video again. And I specifically said, watch the break on Ethereum, because it is going to be a massive opportunity overall. Hold on one second. My music just started playing. But yeah, it's going to be a massive trade opportunity overall. And you can see that right now we have seen a massive breakout at 3760 all the way into 3883. It's a large trade, right? So a lot of you guys that did end up taking this trade made a lot of money today. So congrats to those of you that did. But just looking at Ethereum as of right now, and the reason why I wanted to do this live session was because I want to show you guys something later for the week, okay? I want everyone to pay attention here. Look at Ethereum on the 4-hour setup right now, but then look at Ethereum on the daily setup. And I've talked about this trade setup for the past few days, and I want to quickly just reiterate that. Ethereum is not a short, okay? We are not shorting Ethereum. There's no shorting Ethereum. Doesn't matter how the level structure looks or how the trade setup looks, you do not short Ethereum. The only time you short Ethereum is, of course, if we are extremely above the like all-time high, then go ahead. Sure, you can say that, okay, this looks too overbought, I'm gonna short, whatever. And I gave this example with XRP as well, right? A lot of you guys were saying, oh, we're gonna short XRP. Like during the time when we had the community chat, a lot of folks started shorting XRP after all-time high, and I kept explaining the same thing. When a coin breaks all-time high, you have to understand the amount of headlines and momentum that coin has isn't worth you shorting it. Right? There's enough bullish pressure coming into the market where it just doesn't make sense for you to short that. Now, looking at Ethereum, this is probably the greatest trade setup the market has given us for the past few weeks. You can see that right now, Ethereum is now looking to break 40.28, which of course has been the third test opportunity. I gave this example to you guys prior as well. Do you guys remember the Bitcoin trade setup? And I said, look, Bitcoin, of course, has hit this level multiple times, but if we end up breaking 73.7, we are going to see a massive squeeze. That's the same exact thing that happened. 73.7 ended up breaking, and there's the bull run that we currently are experiencing right now. Same thing with Ethereum, guys. Ethereum has hit 40.28 multiple times. If we break 40.28, that is the deciding factor for Ethereum to see its massive rally into the all-time high of 4,800 and possibly into $5,000 or $6,000 Ethereum. That is the point of the conversation, is please do not miss this trade. Just like I kept talking about it for Bitcoin over and over and over, and I said, please don't miss this trade because it is life-changing money. And you guys saw that day, a ton of you guys double, triple, quadrupled your accounts within one day trading on that break because there was so much volume in the market, there was so much momentum in the market that it was such an easy time to trade. And once again, I'm giving you the trade very early and letting you know to pay attention to this break on Ethereum. This is now the third test opportunity, and usually on the third test, we tend to see a massive breakout. This is also the third test on the daily structure. It's not a 1 hour setup, not a 15-minute setup. This is a third test on a daily structure, and on the daily structure, we tend to see a lot more momentum in the market, and that's why I'm saying it again. Pay attention to Ethereum. Wait for the wick highs to continue breaking. If you feel that you're stuck, you don't know how to trade this, here's your wick high, 38.49, just broke. You can see we rolled all the way 38.88. Wait for the candle close. That might be your second wick high now. Wait for that to break, and then you continue scalping long all the way into 40.28. Once 40.28 breaks, it's much better to be in a trade leading into 40.28 than simply sitting on your hands and waiting for 40.28, because if the market says, you know what, we're just going to continue rallying from here like this, then you're missing out on all of these gains right here, just simply embracing for 40.28 and assuming nobody knows what's exactly going to happen at 40.28. If the market does something like this, you're going to wish you just entered the long positions earlier. So again, that's pretty much how I would be trading Ethereum if I were you guys, is just waiting for the market structure to end up breaking. We enter a break for the long on the scalp right here. So on these wick highs, enter longs and continue trading like that. Wait for candle closes, right? If you missed a trade, and again, the main trade setup was down here. I gave it to you guys very early, 37.60, go for a long. That's the trade setup I gave you guys. It was a massive breakout candle from 37.60 all the way into the highs of 30.57. It was a $100 Ethereum trade candle. That is something that is very large, regardless of leverage. You guys made money. So, last but not least, everyone's favorite, Dogecoin. Wow. And actually, wow, really. Like, look at Doge as of right now, starting to catch up with the rest of the market. Again, we are not swinging Dogecoin into this zone, or rather continuation here. We are only looking for swing opportunities on a break of 0.44 followed by a retest of support. So I hope that makes sense. We are waiting for a break structure of 44 followed by retest of support and then a continuation, because what we don't want to see is the same thing that happened on the previous breakout on Doge right here. We don't want to see the same thing, right? We don't want to see a fake out on this sort of situation where we enter a long position, market breaks above, and then immediately nukes again. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if you're looking for a Doge setup right now, this is a very clean chart analysis. But what you want to be careful of is entering too early. So if I was doing this, there's two ways I would trade this, okay? Number one is I would look for a long position on this wick high here. 43794 is a midterm resistance. I would enter a long position riding Doge into the next major zone of course, 44 cents. Once that ends up breaking, then we can either close the trade or simply see how it reacts. But at least you're entering down here versus you're entering up here. So that's the number one way to trade. Number two is, of course, waiting for the market structure to break above 44 and closing above that zone and then deciding how you want to enter the trade setup. There's two sort of trade opportunities here, but regardless for Doge right now, all you really have to do, and I've talked about this before, is pay attention to how Bitcoin reacts. You can see Bitcoin chart and Doge chart are pretty much identical right now, right? We're seeing the same fake out, same breakout, same exact situation. So what I would be doing here is if I'm looking for long positions on Doge, I'm only paying attention to Bitcoin and seeing how it reacts. If Bitcoin continues to squeeze above 100K, and then I go to Doge and I see it struggling at 42, what am I going to do? I'm immediately going to enter a long position because, again, with Bitcoin breaking out, Doge is simply lagging. I know it's going to break out sooner or later as well. So that's pretty much how I would be trading this, is waiting for either 43.7 for a scalp long, 44 break above close for another long, or of course, like I said, just letting the market come to me and keeping a very close eye on Bitcoin. Now, speaking about Bitcoin, this is going to be an extremely volatile zone. Bitcoin, of course, is near 100,000. It's not going to be easy, folks. No one said it's going to be easy. Your emotions have to play here. You have to, of course, keep your leverage in check. This is not a 50x, 100x, 150x trade opportunity. This is not the point of the call. The point of the call is to just keep a very close eye and see how these scalp opportunities play out near 100,000. Yes, there's going to be volatility. Of course, there's going to be volatility. We're trading near 100,000. But guess what? If the market structure does end up breaking that 100K mark, it's going to be such a large squeeze, just like we saw at 73.7, that you're going to wish that you entered the trade setup. So that's why I'm telling you guys, pay very close attention to these scalp opportunities, not just for Bitcoin, but for Ethereum and for Dogecoin as well. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. So I think that's mostly the three things that I wanted to talk about just quickly in this video setup for you guys. But yeah, look, you know what's funny is look at XRP now, right? So I told you guys about XRP and I said, look, it doesn't really make sense for you guys to just hold on to this thing for hopes and dreams, right? When this thing corrects, it's going to correct quite large. And you can see the XRP as of right now compared to the rest of the market is pretty much collapsing. And guess what? XRP has a long way to go towards the downside. So that's why I'm telling you guys to be very cautious when you are trading your favorite altcoin, or, you know, you have to think of it from a logical perspective. And right now is a time for Ethereum. It is a time for Doge, and it is a time for Bitcoin. Same thing with Cardano. I gave you guys the same exact warning sign here as well. And I said, look, Cardano had its massive run for quite a few days before the other altcoins, right? But now you can see that Cardano was trading on a $1.24 major resistance, right? And now we're starting to see that reversal opportunity on major resistance. And that's why I keep telling you guys to zoom out and pay attention to these resistance zones. You don't necessarily want to get caught out on these trade setups, mostly on XRP, on Cardano, stuff like that, because just because you like your coin and you want it to continue doesn't mean the market gives a shit about your idea. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Anyways, in terms of Shiba, a lot of you guys keep asking me for Shiba, so just quick little update on Shiba. It's not that I don't like Shiba. I'm not focusing on coins that don't have trade setups. There is no trade setup here, folks. I'm not trading something. I'm not telling you guys to enter something if this is the trade setup. There's nothing happening here. The only trade I would pay attention to is the wick high in from 33 into 36. Otherwise, you are not trading Shiba. You are not looking at Shiba. There's no point because this is still a consolidation zone and is extremely choppy. The point of Shiba, you have to understand, it is still a meme coin, and meme coins are extremely volatile. It's not like Doge or Bitcoin, or, you know, I wouldn't consider Doge a meme coin per se anymore, but that's the point. Is Shiba is one of those coins that when it does want to chop, it is extremely nasty, right? You can get caught out on a position for multiple weeks before you see any sort of positive return. And that's why I don't talk about Shiba, is because I don't want you guys getting stuck. I don't need to hear every time, hey, what about, or can we analyze this? Can we analyze that? I look at all of these pairs every single day. Most of these pairs I'm watching every single day. Sometimes I miss out on a trade setup and I'm like, okay, cool, I missed it. But most times I do catch it. I gave you guys Beam very early. I gave you guys Beam down here again at 0.023 as a spot position. And I said, look, this is a very nice spot position for the long term. You guys always say, send me your spot positions. I gave this again at 0.023. It is currently up 50%, right? And at 0.04, it's going to be up 100%. You got to understand from size or leverage, this is a massive trade opportunity that happened. And that's why you have to pay attention to what I put in the chat, right? Pay attention to how the market reacts. And Beam right now, I know some of you guys low leverage long day, you guys should be up a lot of money. And the point is, let it run. Because right now, if you're looking at Beam on the 4-hour time or daily time frame, we are not even close to all-time high, right? So that's why this is what momentum trading looks like, is if you can get a trade opportunity on low leverage where I mention it and it continues rallying from there, you can continue placing your stop loss higher and higher, but it gives you a sense of direction that the trade has not hit all-time high just yet, so I can continue looking for long positions until it hits that zone. Once it hits that zone, there's either going to be a lot of profit taking or, of course, the market ends up squeezing again. So I hope that makes sense. And yeah, speaking of LT, what you just mentioned here, let's talk about hesitation real quick, because a lot of you guys struggle with this idea. And I want to quickly just touch base here from a psychological standpoint. Look, hesitation in this market is normal. Just because you hesitate on a trade or you hesitate on closing a trade, it is normal. Everyone experiences it. Some people do better than others. And again, that's probably why a lot of you guys are not making money. And I'll give you guys a perfect example of this right now in Bitcoin. I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just giving you an example. If you feel like the shoe fits, then it fits, right? So look at Bitcoin as of right now. At 98.7 was a trade setup, right? I said, look for a long position here last night. And you can see that Bitcoin immediately broke that level. There's two types of traders in this world. The first trader would have taken the trade immediately, regardless of profit or loss. They knew that that was a setup they wanted to watch. They entered the trade, they profited. The second trader was the one that watched it break, slowly waited. It kept going. They're like, okay, I'm going to enter now here at 99.1. And then, of course, it immediately reversed on them. They're down $700 and they're like, Pingu's chart sucks. There's two types of traders. The first person didn't hesitate. The second person hesitated and then got wrecked. Same thing for Ethereum. First person didn't hesitate. Second person longed here, got wiped out on the second candle towards the downside. The point of the conversation is hesitation is normal, but you need to overcome it. If I give you a level and I say this is the level you have to watch and you see it starting to move towards that level, you can either enter early and then take the risk of obviously volatility, or B, as soon as it breaks, you enter and you profit. Of course, a lot of times it just rips upwards from your entry and then you're like, cool. But sometimes it gets pretty volatile, right? And that's the point, is it depends where we are in the market. And then what I mean by that is look at this current setup on Ethereum. I'll give you this example. We entered a long position here at 3760. Okay, I'm not fixing the line. 3760 was a major resistance, right? So we ended up breaking that. We saw a very nice long opportunity. The person that hesitated, obviously, right? So they waited, saw Ethereum break, and they're like, okay, I'm going to enter now. And then they saw it go all the way back down and it wrecked them. But then, of course, the market continued pushing back upwards. Now, the conversation becomes is, look, if you're trading wick high again, look at where Ethereum currently is. It becomes a point is how much is enough, right? Like, because the volatility aspect of it, the wicks might get smaller and smaller and smaller. Your profits might get smaller and smaller and smaller because the market is extremely overbought now, right? So now you're trading with the risk idea of these wick breaks. A lot of times people ask me, oh, Pingu, I saw a wick break on this trade, but it didn't work out. Why? The reason why is you didn't give it time to test the exponential moving averages. There wasn't enough confluence for that trade setup just based on wick high. And again, with market volatility, you have to understand that there is going to be trade setups here. Now you can see from 3760 into 3800, that was a guaranteed candle. I gave that to you guys last night. I said, if this breaks, then this plays. That was guaranteed. What's not guaranteed is this current 4-hour setup now. Nobody knows what's going to happen, if Ethereum is going to continue ripping or not. All we can do is simply wait for a candle close. This is the wick high. We enter on the next wick and we are scalping long again. If it continues, if the market decides that Ethereum still wants to continue pushing into 48.28, then we're simply just entering scalp positions all the way upwards. It does not mean that we're losing, because again, the direction is still pushing upwards. We are still profiting on this trade setup. The question just becomes is what's the risk to reward on these current trades and how can you trade it? So I hope that makes sense. But so again, someone just asked me, can we short? No, if that's what you got out of this whole conversation, you're not listening. You are not shorting a momentum trade like this, right? And I explained this many times before. You do not short momentum like this. You short below the exponential moving averages. There's no point of shorting here. Of course, if the market reverses a little bit, everyone's like, oh my God, I should have shorted. Well, okay, cool. Go ahead. If you want, you can counter trade it, short it. But if Bitcoin decides later in Asia hours that it breaks above 100, you are liquidated. And that's the point, is don't be that person that shorts momentum, because again, 9 out of 10 times you will be a loser and you will lose your position because you are shorting near all-time high. It does not make sense. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. So anyways, there's yeah, so Shroot, quick question for stop loss. So for me, it's usually below the, like if I'm trading a wick high like this, again, I'm scalping. My stop loss is being placed for profit on the way towards the upside. If, of course, I enter a position as immediately in loss, I keep in mind of the exponential moving averages. A break below those levels, and that's my invalidation zone. I'm closing the position. But, of course, if the market just, you know, it's a little bit volatile like this and then pushes higher, then I know on the 4-hour time frame I'm fine. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, boy. All right. I see it, Marvin. I see your message, brother. No problem. I got you. Speaking of $25 gift cards, let's go ahead and give some away now. I have, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give 4 away. I'll give 2 to you know, people that comment on the videos and like the videos and whatever. But I got 4 gift cards to give. So for those of you that are new, before I start giving the gift cards away, just 2 touch points. Number 1, my Telegram channel is completely free. Everything I do here is free. I don't charge for anything. So there's my Telegram channel if you guys are interested in it. It is free. I post all my updates and everything else. Number 2 is, of course, oh, I got disconnected from the chat. Number 2, of course, is Blowfin. We're almost done our World of Whale competition. The competition is ending within, I think, a week and a half. We are 9th place, but the next competition is going to be a Tesla giveaway. And of course, most of you can win a small amount. So you can win AirPods and Nintendo Switches. You don't have to do anything special. You just have to trade on the platform. The link is in the bio. I would highly recommend it because a lot of you guys saw, people were like, oh, you never told us. You never told us. I'm telling you now ahead of time. Sign up for the platform. Get ready, because a week and a half later, we are going to go live on that side. Okay. Now, finally, let's go ahead with the game. The game is very simple. I'm going to ask a question, and all you have to do is answer it. First person to answer the question right wins. I'm looking for specifics here. It is a $25 gift card. I need proof sent to my DM that you won. Most of you I already know. Some of you I don't know. So again, I make sure you send the proof to my Telegram in my DMs and say you won the gift card. There's 4 gift cards to be given away. I'm going to ask a random question. It's going to become harder and harder. And of course, the first one that gets it right, it wins. I'm going to mute my microphone so this way you can't hear me typing, because some people prepare for the question. Again, some people have slow internet, yada, yada, yada. I want to make it as fair as I can for everyone. So I'm going to mute myself, and you're going to see the question in the chat box randomly, and then I'm going to read it out, and then you can, of course, answer the question. So give me a minute. The question will be posted in the chat, this YouTube chat. It will not be posted in Telegram. Do not DM me on Telegram with the answer. The DM has to be posted in this live chat. Give me 1 second. All right, first question. Which planet has the most gravity? First question. David with the answer. Jupiter is correct, David. Extremely fast there. And again, guys, I'm making it very fair, right? So I'm just trust me on it. It's the first one that I see is the right answer. David, send me a message in Telegram. I got your gift card. I'm also going to make a notepad right here so I remember the names. Okay, David. All right, David. I got you. All right, next question. Again, they got harder, okay? All right, next question. This is for those of you that pay attention to the Telegram. What car did Pingu buy recently? Ooh, 80 Mars. Okay, Tesla? You guys are disgusting. Who the hell said Tesla? I've never buy a Tesla in my life. It was a Supra 80 Mars winner. I will send that as well. Let me make a note of that. 80 Mars. So again, guys, it doesn't have to be just specific Google answers, okay? It can be anything, and that's the point. I know a lot of you guys are Googling this stuff, so this is for people that, of course, pay attention to the Telegram otherwise. All right, yeah, you guys. Why would I ever buy a Tesla? I've never posted a Tesla in that Telegram channel in my life. All right. Third question coming in. Third question. What is the smallest country in the world by land area? Ooh, no. I'm looking for a specific here. What is the smallest country in... Shaw with the answer. Vatican. Vatican is the answer. Awesome. Shaw, third winner. All right. Shall we make a more fun one for you guys? All right. So this is... I'm just going to say it now. So this is the last one that I'm going to give away. And then, of course, the last 2 gift cards will just be given for comments on YouTube here and there. So let's make it like old times. You know what? It's old times. Give me a second. All right. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 100. All right. You can't spam 10 numbers together. What number is it? And I'll be very fair. I'll be very fair. I don't see it so far. Wow, no one's got it so far. See, there's enough of you in here. Everyone gets 1 try pretty much. Nope, nope, nope. I'll tell you when. I don't see it. I don't see it. You can spam the numbers. I have no issues with that. I'm pretty good at reading. I can read pretty fast here. Nope, 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 nope. Still no one. Damn. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, too many messages. Hold on. Nope. Still don't see it. Wow. You guys are very slow here. Wow. Close. Someone got pretty close. Nope. Still don't see it. Jeez, so many messages. Hold on. Oh, I see it. 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 Just now. Just for now, please. The answer was 13. The answer was 13. I don't think anyone said it prior either. I'm just going to have a quick look real quick. But 13 was the correct answer. Just going to scroll up real fast here. Oh, no. Flynn did say it too. Okay, Flynn, apologies. I didn't see that. So, Flynn and just for now. Anyone else? No, that's it. Flynn and just for now. Yes, Flynn and just for now are the 2 winners. I'll give 2 cards away. It's no problem. I'm not mind. What do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. I got 5 cards. Well, 6 cards, but we'll just say it's 5. Give me a second here. Let me just write it down. Flynn, just for now. Okay, so thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. Remember, please trade safe, Trade smart. Take your profits. Don't over leverage. Don't over trade. I'm not going to be here this week to be watching over you guys. Everyone is on their own at this point. So, yeah, I will be back after a week, and I just want to touch base again. So I'm not going to be posting trades. I'm not going to be analyzing anything. I'm not going to be looking at anything. You guys are on your own as of right now. So thanks so much for coming, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. Thanks so much for always liking my videos. I will send a Doge video before I leave in the next hour, just so everyone can go back to it if they need to. And that'll be the last official YouTube video posted for this week. And then I'll see you guys in a week after my vacation. But yeah, thanks again, guys, and peace out.